Joining us now on the news to shed more light on this national policy for IDPs is Betty Abba, the Executive Director of Center for Children's Health Education, Orientation and Protection, C-HOPE. Thank you for joining us on the news. Now, you've visited IDP camps across the country and you interact with a lot of them. You know what the issues are. How do you feel now that the federal government has approved a new national policy for IDPs in the country?
I think it's a very welcome development. It will be heartwarming and it restores hope for as many people as are displaced from their homes, especially in the northern parts of the country. But my fear is how well is it going to be implemented? It's not just about the written policy or the announced policy. What about the political will to really implement this to the letter? And I think it's really good if the government is really serious about this and goes ahead to ensure that these people have some kind of relief. Because recently in Benue, we heard about IDPs who were killed right at the IDP camp. That means there were no adequate protection for these people. Across the north, in the last few years, we've had cases of sexual abuse of IDPs by military personnel and camp officials, which even became like an international scandal. So I think that if government really means business, they will bring a lot of succor on the way of the IDPs. I've been to IDP camps even in Abuja, which is close to the seat of power, and the conditions are extremely deplorable. Left for individuals, religious bodies, their conditions would have been far worse. And these are people very close to the seat of power. Now, our organization works with displaced children, orphan children across the Middle Belt, Plateau, Benue, and Kaduna specifically. These are IDPs. These are children whose parents were killed by herdsmen, Boko Haram, and they have there's extremely no contact, absolutely no contact from government, no help whatsoever, except for the orphanages and public limited individuals who keep sustaining them over the years. So I keep asking, what is the hope for these children? These children especially are going to grow up as children of anger as long as we do not engage them, as long as we do not empower them, as long as we do not bring closure to what led to them being orphaned at such young age, as long as Nigeria continues to reward the people that commit mass atrocities.
Sorry to cut you here, but talking about hope, aside from a policy in your interactions with IDPs, what other critical issues would you advise the government to look into regarding the affairs of these people?
I think the government should look at engaging more with young IDPs, young persons who have been displaced, young persons who have been orphaned as a result of this conflict. And we may think they are young and they don't know anything, but they are keenly observing what is going on, how the government is rewarding perpetrators of mass atrocities, how they are being left to their own devices. I think government should look at putting up empowerment skill centers at the IDP centers, and even look out for people who are displaced but are not in official former government IDP camps. I believe that I believe that the number of persons who are in IDP camps are quite small compared to those who are outside, who are in informal orphanages, informal IDP camps, who are spread across the country. Government should reach out to these people, especially the young, impressionable, energetic, and restless ones, and ensure that they are empowered. Once they are empowered educationally with skills, they tend to move on. They tend to just reabsorb into the society and move on with their life. But as long as
at this point, Betty Abba, I'm afraid I have to cut you here. That's how much we can take on the news. Well, Betty Abba, Executive Director of Center for Children's Health Education, Orientation and Protection, thank you for joining us.